Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kuwait Open, a super series on the World Tour 2016. I'm Adam Bobrow, your commentator, with you live in Kuwait City. And we're here at the women's singles quarterfinals, where in purple and yellow is Feng Tianwei. From the last Ask a Pro Anything interview, you have a chance to see her personality, watch her dance, sing a little bit, and talk about her personal life. Zhu Yuling on screen right now. Zhu Yuling, currently world ranked number 3, the third seed in this tournament at 21 years old, is quite a strong player. Many would say she's on her way to be world number 1, just behind Ding Ning and Liu Shiwen, has been in and out of the top 2 and 3 spots in the world. Feng Tianwei, currently world ranked number 6, the 7th seed in the tournament, 29 years old. I had heard rumors that she was going to retire after Rio, but she set the record straight and said she not only wants to play in Tokyo in 2020, but she wants to play this sport into her 40s if she can, as long as possible. She said, I want to play like Li Jiao, to be the same age as Li Jiao, 43, and probably then some after that. Feng Tianwei won one of her last 2 times playing against Zhu Yuling, despite Zhu Yuling winning 8 of their 9 competitions head-to-head. It was a 3-0 victory for Feng Tianwei at the Asian Cup in 2015. That was all Feng Tianwei's tournament, as she beat Liu Shiwen in the finals, the 2015 Asian Cup. So beating 2 of the top players in the world from the most dominant country in the sport, where Feng Tianwei comes from. She left to play a little bit in Japan and then moved to Singapore to help Singapore beat China in 2010. And one of the biggest upsets of modern history, the last time Chinese men's or women's team has been beaten at the World Team Championships since 2000, when Sweden beat the men. Strong start from Feng Tianwei, deceptive serve, popped up for a step around attack. This is a best of 7 match. Heavy spin from Zhu Yuling from down under the table causes trouble for Feng Tianwei on the counter. Despite a strong long push, the follow-up attack was trouble for Feng Tianwei. Power on the forehand side from over the table. I think if you were to ask Feng Tianwei what she's best at, she says she has no power, but she's quite consistent. And the way Feng Tianwei plays, it's tough to imagine she'll be able to play into her 40s. She plays such a physically demanding game, really running around all over the court, getting into long rallies. Well-placed half-long serve, barely coming off the back edge. So the Asian champion, Zhu Yuling, after beating her teammate Chen Meng in the finals, versus the Asian Cup champion, who managed to find the line right there. Outstanding point. Zhu Yuling managed to recover a net ball like nobody's business, and the rally continued. Both players running around the court to get their shots in that rally. After all those short strokes, Feng Tianwei sees the opportunity to turn and take one off the body down the line. Now, Zhu Yuling has struggled under pressure here and there, despite winning the Asian Championships over Chen Meng. Was beaten by Li Jiao, who was 42 at the time, at the Women's World Cup in Sendai, Japan at the end of last year. Now, these are the types of points that we're used to seeing in the women's game. Backhand to backhand, both players trying to find each other's middle. Seeing who's going to turn first and then expose one side, get a little bit off balance. But Zhu Yuling, when she took her turn, played it right into the middle well. Right down the line, a little inside out from Feng Tianwei. Not afraid to play the high-risk shot off the bounce. Well-placed serve forces the hesitation out of Zhu Yuling. Tied right back up at 7 each. That was a jamming serve if I've ever seen one. Feng Tianwei trying to come into the table. Zhu Yuling deep to the backhand. Incredible point. Feng Tianwei working so hard, and Zhu Yuling countering from deep in the backhand corner. Point of the match. And it's only game one. We'll see if this match gets better and better, but these players are testing each other to the fullest. Attempted flip out wide, and it's tied up at 9 points each. Whatever gives you a bit of confidence, Zhu Yuling has won 8 of their 9 encounters. It seems to be struggling, and again, the one she lost was not too long ago, and it was 3-0 for Feng Tianwei. Low and spinny from Feng Tianwei, and Zhu Yuling overshooting with the counterattack. Smart play from Feng Tianwei keeps her pinned in the backhand. 11-9. Feng Tianwei takes game one over Zhu Yuling. We'll be back for game two after this short break. Players are back for game 2. Zhu Yuling down 0-1, starting with the serve. Fast play. Feng Tianwei quick off the bounce. And again, thinking in combinations, you could see her setting up the forehand, that step around shot. Zhu Yuling really using that angle, getting the ball early off the bounce and catching Feng Tianwei with a forehand a little to the backhand side. Almost at full extension, slaps it back. Two tables of action in here right now. When you're done watching this live, make sure you go online to ittf.com/ittv to catch all your favorite players battling on tables 1 and 2. Very impressive play to get back in that point from Zhu Yuling. Feng Tianwei right into the body and then inside out. Some high pressure shots. I forgot to add to the list of hard hitters in the women's game, Cheng Yiqing, Li Xiaoxia, and Zhu Yuling. That last shot's a clear demonstration of how hard she can hit. Just a question of keeping the spin on, a little bit more consistency. The way these two are playing right now, it's hard to imagine that it's 8-1 for Zhu Yuling. It really feels like it could be going back and forth. It could be playing 50-50. Both players testing each other. Power on screen right now versus consistency and experience on the other side of the table. To the many-time athlete of the year from Singapore. Huge inside-out forehand. Feng Tianwei demonstrating power from the backhand corner. And like nothing happened, already focused and on to the next point. Forehand flip from over the table. Feng Tianwei quick to get in. And this is something that experience, I'd say you can't really buy. You just have to play more and more, but the anticipation to recognize a shot coming up that quickly. Speed for speed, the younger one out here, 21-year-old Zhu Yuling, should be the faster of the two. But again, anticipation and recognition of shots from Feng Tianwei. Quick off the bounce again, Feng Tianwei exploiting the short side of the table. Little off the back edge. Feng Tianwei didn't seem happy about the bounce. Maybe thought there was something on the table. Either way, a 1-point game. Zhu Yuling crawling back in. Clever idea, but it's kept deep on the table. Zhu Yuling manages to shut down, to defuse the third ball attack of Feng Tianwei. Two inside-out shots, the second one wider than the one before. This is where a lot of back injuries can come from, moving the upper body this much to get out of the way for those inside-out forehands. Oh, as deep as they come to the very corner of the table. Again, that inside-out forehand. Feng Tianwei can ride that all the way to the bank in this match. He's got 2 game points to take a 2-0 lead. Soft block from Zhu Yuling left out in front of Feng Tianwei. 1 game point saved. As fast as they come, in a choke from Feng Tianwei. 11 points tonight. She takes game 2 for a 2-0 lead. We'll be back for game 3 just after this short break. Feng Tianwei to start off game 3 with the serve. Feng Tianwei playing so well right now to get out wide to that forehand and get right back in the point. Playing forehands from deep into the middle of the table, a few steps off. Zhu Yuling quick with the counters now, bringing in some power quickly. You could hear by the sound of that it was slightly less spinny than some of her other shots. Keeping the racket head up for the quick pace. And Zhu Yuling has enough power on her shots already. She doesn't need to have such a big stroke. Although when she gets in the big stroke, if she has time for it, it's going to be a very difficult ball for Feng Tianwei to control. Outstanding shots again from Zhu Yuling. A real turnaround in scores here. Beautiful shot out to the forehand side. As far as persistence and comebacks, Feng Tianwei in the Japan Open in 2014 was down 1-7 and won 10 points in a row to take the game. So right now she's down 2-6, but far from over for Feng Tianwei. In the last round, Feng Tianwei had to play Yu Mengyu, Singaporean teammate and close friend, doubles partner as well. 4-0 victory. Zhu Yuling beat Patricia Solia 4-0. That is touch and confidence. So light on her feet, Feng Tianwei to get around for that forehand and spin it up from below the table. Feels like there's been a real shift in tactics out here. Zhu Yuling picking her time, slowing it down. Trying to vary up the pace a little bit, look for the opportunities for the big shots. Feng Tianwei playing the lines, keeping the pressure on. I guess forcing Zhu Yuling to play the lines with a cross court there on that last ball. All that power again, but not enough spin to bring it down on the table. Missed opportunity for Feng Tianwei after the serve comes long and the rally starts The forehand of Feng Tianwei has been so effective on the inside-out shots, even playing the line, but Zhu Yuling now with 4 game points. And there it is, powerful backhand, and Zhu Yuling on the board with the game, 1-2, and we'll be back for game 4 after this short break. And as the players come back for game 4, Zhu Yuling at the top of the screen with the service trailing 1-2, but in much better position than being down 0-3 against Feng Tianwei, the legend from Singapore in purple and yellow. Haven't seen too many points like that, one outright on short serves to the middle from Zhu Yuling. Focused face right there. There we go, spinny backhand from Feng Tianwei. Little apology there, maybe some fortune off the top of the net. Again, that look, Zhu Yuling giving this stare back to Feng Tianwei after taking the point. Excellent misdirection. Feng Tianwei starts to lean like she's going out to the forehand and takes it right behind Zhu Yuling. Very smart tactical play. Zhu Yuling going right back behind the momentum into the backhand corner. It's going to make a very difficult shot for Feng Tianwei every time she's running back to the forehand. Feng Tianwei to read and counter to block and control all that spin from Zhu Yuling early on in the rally. Shows outstanding not only anticipation of the shot, but real control. Feng Tianwei, the Great Wall of Singapore. Zhu Yuling showing speed on her feet to cover the middle with the backhand. Just missing long. Feng Tianwei is really showing she's got some power on that step around forehand and the inside out shot. But the last one escaped her. A little bit off balance, left out in front after a long push. Zhu Yuling on a roll right now. 3 quick ones in a row. Touch in the receive game. Feng Tianwei coming back in. Haven't seen that sort of touch on a receive since Michael Mays in the Swedish Open at the end of last year. Happy I got a chance to see him play live before he retired. A little bit of underspin on the inside out serve, and it's a 1-point game. Feng Tianwei just trailing. Fast-paced backhand to backhand. Feng Tianwei plays the wall, and it's tied up at 8 points each. Beautiful follow-up. Feng Tianwei, a little break off the top of the net. Gets right in quickly to play it wide. But still, it's not enough to finish the point. It's the short down the line shot for Feng Tianwei. This is the pivotal moment here. We're at 9 points each. If Feng Tianwei can go up 3-1, she's going to have some confidence with her experience, some freedom. She's going to have a nervous, young Zhu Yuling on the other side of the table really feeling the pressure. But if Zhu Yuling takes this game, it's tied up at 2 each, and Zhu Yuling has the momentum. Stays on her side of the table after top of the net. Game point for Feng Tianwei with the serve. The short side of half long to the forehand. There it was in the inside out finishing shot with the forehand. Feng Tianwei escapes a crucial game to go up 3-1. We'll be back game 5 right after this. You don't want to miss it. Stay here. Back for game 5, Zhu Yuling on screen, trailing 1-3. Feng Tianwei with the serve. Even though Feng Tianwei lost the point, I'm still mesmerized by how quickly she slid out to the forehand and right back to the backhand side of the table. 29 years young and playing like she's 19. Pace on the backhand, and she's getting vocal right down the middle. Attempted touch shot in the short play. We've got a timeout here. So some different coaches in both corners. Zhu Yuling doesn't have Wei here. Singapore is a new coach at the World Championships. Had a chance to see him. So Feng Tianwei's game, the inside-out forehand has been very effective. The backhand down the middle she's used well. She lost a lot of points in serve receive in the short game when Zhu Yuling was trying to soften it up, keep the ball low near the net. Again, I think while Zhu Yuling has the power, it's going to be a question of keeping spin on the ball sometimes, a little more secure shots. Lucky break for Feng Tianwei. Sometimes when you're as powerful as Zhu Yuling, you just have to remember that even at 80%, if it takes 2 shots or 3 shots to finish the rally, it's better than trying to win it in 1 and make a much lower percentage shot for yourself. Feng Tianwei showing a whole lot of wrist action and spin from the backhand side. But Zhu Yuling playing the more consistent game in that rally. Takes 2 points in a row. Ooh, short side of the table, just missing. Risky shot, Feng Tianwei, after going inside out wide. Playing the angle again, Feng Tianwei working it. Again, credit to her being light on her feet to get there so quickly, anticipating and moving out. Feng Tianwei keeping the spin on the ball. From the back of the table, low to the net, quality shot. Let's see it again. She's very willing to come across the body to take a little bit They go inside out with the spin. It's been very effective. Causes trouble, breaks the rhythm for Zhu Yuling. Oh, and a break again. Top of the net dropping over. But just like anybody else, you can't really worry about these too much. You do your best to get it back. Move on to the next point. Players who tend to obsess and keep track of how many nets and edges doesn't tend to help them out. Strong middle. Feng Tianwei changing the pace. Zhu Yuling, again, a rhythm player, hasn't quite found the rhythm enough to cause damage, any real damage to Feng Tianwei so far. Despite winning game 3, 11-6, there hasn't been consistency. And this is the women's game at its best. Both of these players fast off the bounce. Quick looking for each other's middle. The crowd loving it here. Singaporean players in the back row clapping for the high quality pace of play. When someone says the women's game is faster than the men's, this is what they're talking about. These short stroke quick shots right near the table. Good pressure from Zhu Yuling, manages to cover the wide backhand and come back in to keep the pressure on. And we've got 4 match points for Feng Tianwei to take Zhu Yuling down for the second time in her career on the World Tour. This is a replay of the last point. Just miscontacted. Feng Tianwei is going to have to keep her focus here. From a mental strength standpoint, Feng Tianwei has the much stronger mental game, I would say. Definitely has experience on her side. But again, the finish line, the toughest step to take. Match point is the toughest point of the match. And there it is, match point Feng Tianwei, 11-7 over Zhu Yuling for the second time in her career. Is now 2-8 against the world number 3. World number 6, Feng Tianwei of Singapore, moves on to the semifinals. And we've got some happy Singaporeans walking by the commentators booth. But that one right there, Feng Tianwei, has taken care of the number 3 seed Zhu Yuling from China. We've got some exciting men's singles matches, the quarterfinals coming up. Don't go anywhere. Ma Long and Samsonov just after this. Stay tuned.